So my thing is with quotes like this is it's kind of like you gotta really think about it. It says enough girl bosses. I need girl failures. Just an absolute loser of a female character, more women who sub. But can we be honest? Most of those girl bosses characters be losers. Like I'm not even trying to be that person, but if you dissect whatever that main character is, she hiding behind a mask. She's portraying herself as a girl boss, but she not like that for real. She not like that on the day-to-days. You know, she go home and she a totally different person than who she is at work. Especially in the teen dramas.
Today we're reviewing Girlboss from Netflix. First, I'd like to say that the show was a suggested option on my Netflix, and I don't know why. I personally think Netflix is like, oh, you're a girl, you're a boss, therefore you're a girl boss, therefore you will like this show. I did not like this show. And let me just say before this review gets ahead of me, I did not read the book. I'm sure the main character, Sophia, is portrayed exactly the way it is in the book, but I just found Sophia's character to be very unlikable. She's very angry, she doesn't learn from anything, and it was just like looking in a goddamn mirror. And that's not what I want to watch. I didn't believe the love between her and her boyfriend. I thought it was just, But I will say, I did enjoy the thread scenes, like the internet thread scenes. Very cool. All in all, 4 out of 10.
It was a shock hit for Amazon. Something they didn't put a ton of money into, but they put it out. It does have a big loyal fan base with over 25 books from Lee Child over the course of the last few decades, but they weren't expecting it to do what it did. Shockingly enough, when you make a show that isn't concerned about preaching a woke agenda or identity politics and instead has masculine men, it tends to go pretty well. It tends to have a pretty big audience. And that's exactly what we saw. Masculine Reacher earned swift second season. Old school series strikes chord with audiences exhausted by hand-wringing heroes. And we saw that not only did the critics like it, but also audiences liked it as well. So for season 2, the question was, what's it going to do? Is it going to have the same success the first season had when it dropped all of its episodes all at once? This one did 3 episodes and then started doing weekly releases. Well, the first set of Nielsen ratings we got showed that it was dominating in the ratings.
In the ever-evolving landscape of television, a significant surge in the popularity of boss girl TV shows has unfolded in recent years. This series, featuring empowered women navigating the intricacies of both their professional and personal lives, initially captivated audiences by promising a refreshing era of female-centric narratives. From intense boardroom conflicts to glamorous social events, these shows offered an unprecedented glimpse into the lives of strong, independent women, fearlessly pursuing success on their terms. The ascent of the boss girl TV genre was met with enthusiasm, hailed as a positive step toward promoting empowered representations of women. However, as the genre proliferated, a discernible trend emerged, revealing viewers growing increasingly weary of what has now been coined as trash TV. The once celebrated portrayals of assertive and influential women are now subjected to heightened scrutiny. The allure of scripted drama, exaggerated lifestyles, and questionable influence emanating from these shows is diminishing, as viewers articulate a growing sense of disillusionment and fatigue with the genre. As we delve into the evolving landscape of boss girl TV shows, it becomes essential to examine the factors that initially fueled their popularity and the subsequent shifts in audience sentiment. What was initially praised for breaking traditional gender norms is now under critical scrutiny as viewers question the authenticity, relatability, and influence of these shows. This exploration navigates the nuanced terrain of the mounting discontent among individuals who increasingly find themselves disenchanted with the often scripted and sensational narratives of boss girl trash TV. Every day, audiences express a growing weariness of such narrative. This trend is particularly pronounced in the entertainment industry, exemplified by the Marvel Universe. Productions like Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, and She-Hulk often amplify feminist themes. In today's Hollywood, there is a noticeable inclination toward female-centric TV shows and movies. However, This trajectory is undergoing a shift. Over the past several years, the entertainment industry has faced criticism for churning out content that seems more aligned with preaching feminist messages rather than entertaining audiences through traditional storytelling. The tide is turning, with a resurgence of interest in more traditional masculine storytelling. A prime example is the success of the Reacher TV show, which premiered its first season in 2022. The series garnered such acclaim that it became a smash hit for Amazon. Following the release of the second season at the end of 2023, the show swiftly broke records, accumulating an impressive 1.69 billion minutes of watch time within just a few days. The success of Reacher lies in its formulaic yet compelling narratives, featuring masculine men alongside competent, feminine women without overtly preaching to the audience. This shift signifies a growing demand for content that prioritizes genuine entertainment over ideological messaging.
Bro, you know how excited I was for this movie? I've been waiting for this movie literally for a year because I thought it would be a fun, apolitical movie where for a couple of hours, I would have a break from politics. I wouldn't have to think about the issues of this world. Because that's my whole life, bro. Anyone who knows my channel, that's my life. My life is politics. And I need a break. That's why I watch movies. So I thought this would be perfect for that. Just a couple of hours of fun, away from political issues. But nah, bro. All this movie was feminist propaganda talking about how bad the patriarchy is and how a matriarchy would be so much better. You know, as a man, I hate the patriarchy as well. I hate that when there's a war, it's me that has to go out to the front lines and die, while the women and children can stay at home. I hate how it's my role to take on all the emotional burden of the household so that the women and children don't have to. I hate how women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. But I as a man am only loved if I bring something of value. This movie talks about how it sucks that men are disproportionately in construction. I think that sucks too. I think it sucks that men are 90% of workplace deaths.
Then when I saw the live action version, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sucks, because I love like the first version of Mulan because it was like the first Asian main character. She's a girl, I want to fight in the military, and so she ends up doing it. But what I loved about it is that she understood her weaknesses, right? So instead of like using her strength, she had to use her wit. I love that transformation that she goes through. But then when I saw the live action version, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sucks, because right from the get-go, when she was young, she was already the best kung fu artist. Like, she can do all the things that men can do and better. I'm all for women's empowerment and all of that. And I think the first version of Mulan was the version of that. She went against her father's wishes and proved everyone wrong. But she did it by going through a transformation, not by saying, I was born perfect. And I'm like, you know what I mean?
The feminist character on screen has long been portrayed as an annoying, unattractive, and unwomanly, man-hating joke. Many of these negative cliches are found in the straw feminist, a cardboard, exaggerated feminist character who's designed to undercut feminist ideology by framing it as a joke. The straw feminist is often contrasted with a more aspirational female protagonist who sends the message that it's cool to be an empowered woman, but you don't want to be a whiny, uptight, explicitly feminist activist. And while you'd think today we'd be over smearing feminists on screen, it's still happening. So many contemporary characters on screen that voice feminist ideas are mocked as fake girl bosses and hypocrites. Of course, this opportunistic co-option of feminism is a real problem. But films and TV shows underrepresent actual, genuine, likable feminist characters who are vocal and active about their cause.
As the allure of boss girl TV shows diminishes, viewers are expressing a weariness with the genre. The repetitive storylines, extravagant drama, and questionable role modeling are contributing factors, fostering a growing sense of disenchantment. Moreover, the perceived lack of authenticity in the characters and narratives is eroding the initial appeal, prompting the question, why are audiences experiencing fatigue with this genre and craving traditional masculine shows? 1. Exaggerated drama. Criticism abounds for the way many of these shows sensationalize drama and conflicts to maintain viewer engagement. The scripted scenarios and staged confrontations are becoming tiresome for audiences, who increasingly question the authenticity of the empowerment portrayed in these depictions. 2. Unrealistic lifestyles. The opulent lifestyles showcased in these shows often appear disconnected from reality, cultivating a culture of unattainable standards. Viewers are growing more skeptical about the authenticity of the success and wealth portrayed, realizing that it does not accurately reflect the everyday struggles of real women. 3. Questionable influence. Despite claims of empowering women, critics argue that these shows often perpetuate negative stereotypes and contribute to a culture of competition among women. The emphasis on materialism, extravagant lifestyles, and superficial relationships can convey misleading messages about genuine empowerment. The shifting tide reflects viewers' increasing weariness with the boss girl trash TV genre. The initial fascination with the glamorous portrayals in these shows is now making way for a demand for authenticity and relatability in media representations. As discussions about genuine empowerment and diverse representations gain momentum, the response of the entertainment industry to the evolving tastes and expectations of a discerning audience remains uncertain. The era of exaggerated boss girl influence appears to be transforming as viewers seek content that aligns with their values and provides a more authentic reflection of women's experiences.